Hi everyone, it's Sunday, February 13th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick. Starting with the U.S. market this week, most sellers were pretty happy about the increased level of interest, and that's even if bids from Chinese buyers were, for the most part, too low to be workable. Other countries were very active in the market, and those buyers were willing to pay steady and in a few cases just a touch more for some selections. Texas prices improved this week at $29 to $30 for seasonal weights. The cow sector has seen a slight drop in interest as steer prices got so low, but sellers are still moving volumes at steady prices. Combined export sales for the week ending February 3rd were half of what they were the previous week, and that's because of the Lunar New Year holiday. Although some said there must have been some delayed reporting involved because both shipments and sales were low. Total raw and wet blue sales were just 302,000. Combined shipments were lower by a third, and those were 396,900. Slaughter for the week through Saturday, February 12th was up by 3% at 659,000, and that's the highest weekly total so far this year. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo says that prices are up, so buyers are again putting off purchasing. The cause for all of this is low production, which only boosts seller resolve to ask for more since they don't have enough hides. In the UK this week, there were some increases because of all of this, and the English 36 plus ox is selling from £1 to £1.10 per kilo, although so far the highest prices are for small lots intended for furniture and leather goods in northern Italy. In Ireland, after being stuck at 90 cents in euros for weeks, the range is now 95 cents to €1 per kilo. Taking a look at European bulls, Andrea says that the lack of hides has driven prices higher for those too. For southern German bulls, sellers are asking for €1.70 a kilo, but for now, the sales concluded are still €1.65 per kilo. Other origins also saw some price increases. European cows, those are also on the rise, as are prices in the veal sector. In his analysis this week, Andrea takes a look at the gap between demand and supply and what's likely to happen to prices at the upcoming fair. He also takes a look at how the deals are currently being concluded. Turning to South America now, editor Ronald Guiel says that raw material prices eased again this week by another 4 cents, and the average price dipped to $3.49 per kilo. TR1 was stable, however, and that's still at 95 cents per square foot in dollars. Most of the remainder of Latin America saw steady material prices this week, but then supplies of hides are limited in most areas. In other news from Brazil, the country's hide exports in January were lower than they were in December, both in volume and value, but they were higher by 4% compared to January 2021 in value. So who's to say for that? Footwear manufacturers exported 14 million pairs from Brazil in January, and the totals are higher, with volume up by more than 43% and revenue up by more than 2/3. And that's compared to January 2021. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina's footwear and leather goods sales were up in January, but they're still lagging pre-pandemic levels. Colombia's IFLS and EICI fair opened to a good start. Paraguay's January cattle slaughter was a record, and in Uruguay, leather exports shot up by 44% in January. So that's all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.